Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here. Welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Subnautica Below Zero and grabbing the 1000 gamer score in about 30 minutes using in-game console commands. And yes, this game is available on Xbox Game Pass. There is, however, one important note I want to make before we start. The achievements will only unlock on Xbox Series X, Series S, or through cloud gaming. So if you want to play on your Xbox One, but play the game through the cloud or on your PC or even on your phone, you can also unlock all of the achievements. Now from the main menu, I'm going to slightly turn up my gamma as this game tends to go a little bit dark. And I'm also going to invert my axis. And as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to play and choose a new save in freedom mode. While we are loading in the top right corner, you can see that we are playing the August 2021 build. Should they patch this achievement strat later on, I will definitely leave a pinned comment and update the title of the video. Now, if you were to play this game normally, it would take you around 20 hours or so, but with today's video, I'll show you how to get it done in 30 minutes. As soon as we are done with the loading screen, press any button to continue. You'll be thrown into a cinematic, and we can press B and hold it to skip the cinematic. We'll then gain control of our character on land, and we will be running towards the orange icon on the map kind of in front of us. You'll follow these cliff sides. Very obviously, there will be some dialogue as well that's going to be automatically playing. And as it opens up, turn to your right-hand side. You'll see some open water and that orange icon, which is where our drop pod is. Just jump in the water and swim towards the drop pod. I would recommend staying above water so you don't have to worry about your oxygen levels for now. We'll put in a cheat code later so we don't have to worry about it at all. But just swim over there, and then once you are close, you'll dive down under and then swim towards the door and open it up to get inside. The door will actually be facing kind of a random direction depending on how it spawns for you. I think it might be procedurally generated and might spawn in a different direction each time. But as you approach it, just go up to it and press A to open up the hatch and get inside. Once inside, press the pause button. And here what we'll do is we'll press the left bumper and the right bumper to enable developer mode in the pause menu. Click developer and then click commands, click Bob the Builder, and click oxygen. We also unlocked our first achievement, which was for locating the drop pod. With Bob the Builder, we will have all of the blueprints, and with oxygen, we'll have unlimited oxygen. Look to your left and use the fabricator. We'll have to fabricate the following items. Go to resources, go to advanced materials, and make the hydraulic fluid near the bottom right corner of that menu. Then you'll also want to make antidote, which is the last item in this submenu. You'll then go to resources and electronics. And in this menu, you want to make the last object, which is called the test override module. You'll be able to make these because of the cheats we put through the developer command. You'll then back up, go to the personal tab, go to equipment, make the second item, which is the high capacity O2 tank. Once that's done, it's going to automatically go into your inventory. Don't worry about it. The fourth item is the fins, so make the fins. Then what we want to do is make the cold suit, which is on that second row. When you make the cold suit, you'll be kicked out of the fabricator, so you'll have to kind of go back into it. So use the fabricator, personal, equipment, and then make the cold suit gloves. Make the cold suit helmet as well. After that, back up and go to the tools menu. Here we'll want to make the scanner, which is the first item. We'll want to make the flashlight, which is the third item. We'll want to make the habitat builder on the second row. Then we want to back up and go to deployables. Choose the mobile vehicle bay. After that's done, this one's a little bit of a longer one to create. After the mobile vehicle bay, we will also want to go back to deployables and select the spy Pengling remote. And then once that is done, choose the spy Pengling. So these are all of the items we'll need to either easily play through the game or specific items we'll need for achievements later on. So we're done for now. You can interact with the door to leave, and you'll want to swim up to the surface level. Once here, press back to open up your sub menu, and then press the right bumper to open up your inventory. Here you want to select your mobile vehicle bay and click Y to assign it to a quick slot. You can put it in the first slot on the bottom there, and then use your D-pad to select it on the bottom, and then use the right trigger to activate it and throw it out. Once it spawns, climb on top, interact with the screen of the vehicle bay, click Vehicles, and spawn a Seatruck. The Seatruck will be created kind of in thin air above you. It's a little windy and snowy on my screen, but you'll see it kind of above me there. And once it's fully created, it will drop into the ocean. This will also be an achievement, but the achievements don't unlock until later, so don't worry about that. Now, when you're also here, what you want to do after you create the Seatruck is pause the game, go to Developer, click Give, and then give yourself a Snowfox. This will spawn a kind of jet ski in the water directly in front of you. You'll want to jump off of your mobile vehicle bay and jump onto the Snowfox to ride it, and just wait about 5 to 10 seconds here, and then you can jump off. After you jump off, press back, use the right bumper to go to your inventory. And in your inventory, you'll want to equip the habitat builder into your quick slots. So I'm putting it in slot 1 and then using my D-pad to select it. I'm going to use the right trigger to use this, but we are going to use it to build a habitat on the sea floor. So swim down, find an even area. And what you want to do is build the multi-purpose room in the middle of those options on the first page. So select that and construct it. After creating that, what you'll want to do is use your habitat builder again. This time we'll want to find a hatch on the second last row and apply the hatch to the side of this building. Then what we can do is use the hatch to go inside. Once inside, what we want to do is use our right trigger to use our habitat builder again. This time go to the 4th page, and near the middle, you'll find a jukebox. Select the jukebox and place it somewhere inside of this habitat. Now that you are done, let's unlock some achievements. Pause your game, press save, wait for the game to save. Then what you want to do is quit to the main menu, wait for it to quit. And then what you want to do is press start, press play, and load your save. Your save, the one we just made. And as you are loading in, achievements should start popping for you. This game only allows you to unlock achievements while it loads stuff if you are using console commands. So once we are fully loaded in, we'll load back into our jukebox room, and we should have 6 out of 13 achievements worth 325 out of 1000 gamerscore in only about 7 or 8 minutes. And the rest will be a little bit more involved, but not that hard at all. So we'll do a quick achievement check just to show that off, and we'll start working on the next thing. What you'll want to do is pause your game, press the left bumper and right bumper at the same time to enable the developer console. Click developer, go to teleport, and what we want to do is teleport to the sanctuary. Once teleported to the sanctuary, wait about 5 seconds for everything to spawn around you. You can pause the game and it'll keep spawning, or you can just sit in the middle and wait. But eventually, once everything's spawned in, you should notice a pretty obvious green door in front of you. Walk through it and you'll be put on foot. And then just continue walking forward. There is a very obvious path that we are following. Don't worry if you're not as fast as me here, as we will have to wait for all of the dialogue to go through anyways. Just follow the path in the obvious direction. You really can't make a mistake here. So eventually, once you do make it through, you'll end up kind of climbing on top of this area. To the right will be a door. Inside of here, you'll find these green ion cubes. So go up to one and pick it up, and then continue into the next room. In the next room, approach from the back side. You'll find a ramp with some consoles at the top of the ramp. And here you'll just have to wait until all of the dialogue is done, which takes about 2 minutes total from when we entered the area. As soon as the dialogue is done, we'll be able to interact with the console in front of us and unlock an achievement here.
No, my equipment long have you been stored here?
Longer than hoped. Warning. Sanctuary power. Critical. Our data can be downloaded from the terminal. We may speak more once the transfer is complete.
Yes, okay.
The achievement is called Xenobiology and will unlock after you interact with the console and then wait for the small little cutscene to finish.
Accepted. Brace for transfer.
Brace? What's happening?
Transfer. Transfer complete. How do you feel?
Why do you sound like you're inside my head?
The facility identified hospitable capacity within your cerebral cortex.
You are in my head? I offered you my PDA! Get out!
Oh no. Does your kind perceive a boundary between cybernetic and organic components?
My mind is not a component.
You sound angry. We will
Now your achievement should unlock at the end of this little cutscene as you see on screen here. If yours doesn't, that just means you'll have to save, quit, and reload your save to get the achievement to trigger. The next achievement we'll go for is called Another Survivor. Pause your game and open up the developer menu, go to teleport and teleport to Delta Base. As always, once you do teleport, just wait for the world to spawn around you. There are also times where you'll fall through the map and end up in the water underneath. If that happens, just wait and teleport here a second time. You will notice a small building, and then if you kind of turn around from that building and look, you'll see a staircase. Go to the path just to the right of that staircase and follow this path for a little bit. You'll end up inside of this tunnel, and you want to go to the end of the tunnel and you'll find this kind of log that's sitting on the table right here. And once you get to that area, if you just head back from where we came and head out the door that we entered the cave from, this is the fastest way to trigger this cutscene, which we will need to do in order to get the next achievement. So that's what our goal was. We spawned at Delta Base, we ran through the cave and ran back out to get the unidentified woman who is Marguerite. Now just wait for this cutscene to end and we'll be able to teleport again for the next achievement.
Wait! Who are you?
Stay off my land.
After she leaves, pause your game, go to the developer menu, choose teleport and teleport to Marg Base. It's near the top of the list. Wait for everything to spawn here, and eventually the base will spawn directly underneath you. We are in the ocean. But once that base spawns, you just want to swim underneath it and then swim up and take the ladder into the base itself. Once you are inside of the base, it should trigger a bunch of dialogue options or dialogue menus, whatever. A bunch of conversations will happen to keep it simple. But at the very end of the conversation, once all the dialogue options exhaust themselves, the achievement should unlock on your screen. If it doesn't unlock, don't worry. Just save your game, quit out to the main menu, and reload your save, and the achievement should unlock, and then we'll go for the next one.
no desire to find out.
Didn't I tell you to stay away?
From what? I don't even...
Next up, we'll go for Pirate Radio achievement. Here, you want to open up the dev menu, select teleport, and choose rocket, which is at the very top of the list. As always, wait for everything to spawn in around you, and once you do, you should notice a very obvious rocket directly in front of you. Run towards that rocket, and once you get to the front of it, you'll notice that there is a little command console that we can't really use yet. So climb up the ladder and climb to the back. Here we will be able to use the test overdrive module, which we crafted at the very beginning of this playthrough. And when you interact with this panel at the back, you should install it automatically. And now you can go back to the terminal by jumping down where we took the ladder up, and you'll notice that there is a button for entering test mode on the left of the panel. Click that button to unlock the Pirate Radio achievement. Next up, we will go for the Finding the Cure achievement. Go to the dev menu, select Teleport, and select Frozen Creature, which is somewhere near the top of the list. As always, once we teleport, we'll wait a little bit of time for everything to spawn in. And here we'll be using the antidote. You'll see exactly what we have to do once we get here. But you'll spawn indoors inside of like a cave system with a laboratory kind of vibe. Directly in front of you, there should be a large kind of scaffold. And if you walk up to this, it's actually an elevator, and you can ride the elevator to the top. This elevator ride only lasts about 10 seconds, but once we reach the top, you'll also get messages from Marguerit. You can just ignore those. You'll notice that there is a little rover. If you interact with this rover, you can insert the antidote that we made at the beginning of our playthrough. And once you insert the antidote, you can interact with the computer console next to the antidote, which will send this little rover into the little green spores, and then this should unlock the achievement. Again, if yours doesn't pop, save, quit, reload the checkpoint, and the achievement will pop.
I believe the antibacterial agent was effective. Without it, the bacteria could have spread. Now it can.
Once that's done, let's go for the next one. Pause your game, select Teleport, and we're going to go to Glacial Bay in order to get the necessary repairs achievement. Glacial Bay is somewhere near-ish the bottom of the list, so you'll have to scroll down quite a bit. There's a couple of different ones with the word glacier in it, but make sure we're going to Glacial Bay. And then once you're here, you want to swim to the surface, and you should notice that there is a kind of shore here that we can swim to. So swim towards the shore, get up on the stairs to get up onto the land, and then walk up the stairs onto the mainland, and then basically go directly in front of you. Slightly to the right, you'll end up going up a hill. And then there will be a bridge here where we can use the hydraulic fluid, not the hydrochloric fluid, the hydraulic fluid that we made at the beginning of our save. This will repair the bridge. You can extend it if you want, but your achievement will unlock, or you'll have to save, quit, and reload the checkpoint for it to unlock. This one's pretty easy. Let's go for the next one, which is Out of Mind. Teleport to the Fabricator base. And additionally, you will need to use the Bob the Builder command if you have went to the main menu and came back. You'll need to regain all of the items you had before. But once everything spawns in, just go through the light blue door, run forward, and in the first room to your left, you'll notice these 3 glass cases. Interact with the first one to start a small cutscene, the second one to start a small cutscene, and the third one to start a small cutscene. If you have went to the main menu and came back, you'll have to go to Commands and Bob the Builder. Then you'll be able to interact with all of this stuff. You'll have all of this stuff from earlier in our save. You'll just need the item to actually like input it properly. So once you interact with the first glass case, it'll make a little bit of a skeleton inside of there, and some dialogue will happen. Then there will be a second glass case you can interact with only once the first one is done. Once the second one is done, interact with the third one. And once the third one is done, you can interact with a pedestal near the middle of the room. I'll rejoin you with commentary there. Just make sure all 3 of the options here are exhausted and all 3 of the glass cases are filled with an item.
Your interpretation,
So, how did your valuable scientific mind wind up infected?
not my mind, my body. Perhaps you should build the next component.
So you came here to search for a cure?
I led the mission.
Does that mean the bacteria got out on your watch?
This subject is uncomfortable. If you would like to know more, I will ask that you first construct the final component. This is the last piece. Soon I will be able to...
Once that dialogue is exhausted, the pedestal near the middle of the room, you'll be able to commence the fabrication. And this will start about a 3 or 4 minute long conversation / cinematic / gameplay and story stuff. So you'll have to kind of sit around and wait until all of those minutes pass. And then when you see the achievement unlock on my screen is when you are done. For this one, it didn't unlock as it was supposed to, so I did have to do the save, quit, and reload to get the Out of Mind achievement. But this one just kind of takes a while, just because you have to go through all of this stuff But once you're done, it's really easy and requires literally 0 skill.
Did it work? Are we...
It has been some time since I last stretched out in so many dimensions. Like waking from a dream.
Whoa. Hey. You're really not in my head anymore?
There are some remnants. Would you like your memories of me removed as well?
Are you kidding? No way. You still owe me the end of your story.
I told you I must return home. To assess. Repair. Make amends.
Tell me more.
When the bacteria escaped, it was my fault. I disobeyed the directive from my network.
Oh no.
We noticed that a species of Leviathan young produced an enzyme that is efficient against the bacteria. I thought if we incubated sea dragon eggs, we might expedite their hatching. I was not wrong.
But...
It would appear that sea dragon parents are stronger and more motivated than our facility was rated to handle.
And the bacteria got out, infecting everything. How many survived the outbreak back home? Are they still waiting for someone to bring back a cure?
I do not know.
Can I help?
The fact that I withheld this information does not concern me.
Was certainly manipulative.
So this conversation will end with Dr. Octopus telling you to meet him at his location, and your PDA will be updated with his location. This is the point where the achievement should unlock, but again, if it doesn't, we will do the save, quit, and reload. I'm going to just keep it in. I'm not going to edit it out just so you guys can kind of see exactly how this works, although I'm sure you have it figured out by now. We saved, we quit. Yes, we're sure. That's going to bring us back to the main menu. Then go to your save, load that save, and about halfway through the load, it will drop that achievement for you, which will probably be rare. All right, so we've constructed an alien vessel. Now we're ready to leave the planet. Open up the pause menu, go to developer mode, go to teleport, and we want to teleport to Outpost Zero. As always, once you select it, you'll wait a little bit for everything to load around you. This will be our last achievement in the game, but it does take a solid 6 minutes or more. So once everything loads around you at Outpost Zero, eventually, you'll be able to head towards the green location that will take you through these caves, and the location is the Architect Phase Gate Facility. Walk through this kind of tunnel or cave or canyon or whatever, and eventually you'll reach that icon. Once here, everything should be opened up for you to just keep on walking through. Take a right-hand turn and go to the far end of the room, and you should notice our friend Dr. Octopus here, and then he will eventually turn around and go through that green gate. Follow him on through, and then talk to him. He'll have a small conversation with you, which will culminate in the green teleport opening up behind him. And here you will want to follow him on through. If you want to do a quick achievement check, we do have 12 out of 13 achievements, and we're only missing one achievement worth 200 points. A quick reminder, once you go through this green gate, the game will pretty much end. So if you don't have all of the achievements, make sure you grab those before you go through this gate, or else you could end up having some issues if you overwrite your save and stuff. It can get a little bit messy if you don't double check. Just make sure this is the last thing you need before going through the green gate, and then head on through. Once you do head on through, there will be a little bit of dialogue for you to enjoy, and then you'll regain control of your character, and that's where I will come back with some more commentary.
Robin, you're just in time. The phase gate is opening.
You've been hiding a phase gate here this whole time.
Only for the last millennium. It will lead us home.
No wonder you hid yourself from Alterra.
It was imperative to keep the homeworld safe, in hopes that the others survived.
Yeah.
Will you help me prepare the ship? The energy masts must be moved into place.
Well, this is different.
When you regain control of your character, you'll want to go down the stairs into the central area. You'll notice that there are some pillars that are kind of knocked over, and all we'll need to do is go up to the pillars and interact with them. There should be a button prompt to align the pillars. I believe only 2 of them are knocked over, and it will play out the exact same way every time. The first pillar will almost crush you, but you will be saved, and then it will be placed. And then the second pillar will almost fall off the edge of the map, but it will also be saved and then put into the little place it's supposed to go. And then once all the pillars are aligned, you can head back up the ramps in order to talk to Dr. Octopus Guy.
Very good. Return to me and I will initiate ship assembly. Thank you. The masts
Once you talk to him, he'll start this whole like ritual where he'll jump down into the center of the area. He will like float up, and then this ship will form around him, and then he'll come down and you'll be able to kind of get sucked into the ship through the bottom. You just kind of have to sit here and wait until it happens though.
join me, Robin.
So when you're ready, walk under the ship to get sucked inside. This is a bit of a cutscene. And then the person here, the alien, the voice, will just continue talking for a bit. And after the dialogue is done, you'll be able to interact with kind of the little platform that they're standing on in order to launch the ship. So just wait for all of the dialogue to end and then get ready to interact with the platform underneath their feet.
Bring Sam back. But I know she died fighting, and I got to finish her work. I'll always carry her memory.
Good.
So you'll be told to brace for launch, interact with the platform to brace for launch, and at this point you can pretty much put your controller down and enjoy the ending cinematic to the story of this game, where you get to leave the planet, which I believe is called 4546b. I guess it's some kind of a random planet in space. But the spaceship will go, the portal will open, you'll fly through the portal, and that should pretty much be the end of the game. You'll unlock your final achievement worth 200. This should bring you to 1,000 out of 1,000 for gamer score, 13 out of 13 for achievements. It should also have a pretty high true achievements ratio if that's something you are into. Highly recommend signing up for that site if you aren't already a member. Don't forget to please drop a like on this video if you found it helpful. Don't forget to share this video with a friend. Subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. A special thanks to AJ for helping me film this video. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
And if they survived?
With you, I am ready to face whatever awaits.